In a big breakthrough, Jammu and Kashmir police has cracked down on the Amarnath terror attack case. The entire module has been busted by the cops and they have arrested militants, those who were helping the elite terrorists who carried out the attack. Cops have also revealed details of the houses these terrorists used to stay in and move locally. They have also cracked the code words used by these terrorists. Take a look.
We stick to that stand. Lashkar was involved and the accused are identified. A Pakistani militant of Lashkar along with two other Pakistani militants and one local Kashmiri Lashkar militant carried out the attack actually. The attack was initially planned for 9th of July.
Big revelations by the Jammu and Kashmir police as it claims to have officially cracked the Amarnath terror attack case. The deadly attack on a pilgrim's bus in Batengu which claimed 8 lives. 3 Pak-based elite terrorists, Abu Ismail, Yawar Bashir Wani and Abu Mawia have been identified as the butchers. While the terrorists are still at large, the cops have busted the module of overground workers who helped these terrorists.
Code Harun, a Pakistani militant of Lashkar, along with 2 other Pakistani militants and one local Kashmiri Lashkar militant carried out the attack actually.
Cops have also revealed how the attack was originally planned for the 9th of July and not the 10th.
The attack was initially planned for 9th of July.
Code words such as Shaukat were used to refer to the Yatri vehicle and Bilal to refer to the CRPF vehicle. It's no surprise that the terror attack was Pakistan's sinister plot to bleed India. Now it's only time before the terrorists behind the butchery of pilgrims meet their fate. With Ashraf Wani in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, joining in now for more on this story is Inam Ul Nabi. He is a political analyst who is joining us from Srinagar. Major General PK Sehgal is also in the studio with me and also my colleague Ashraf Wani. Ashraf, let me come to you very quickly first. Just break it down for our viewers what IG Kashmir Munir Khan in fact told the media about 1 month investigation, how meticulous this investigation was, because after this attack in which 7 people died, there was a lot of speculation about whether this was spontaneous attack, whether the tourists or the yatris were the target. Just break it down for our viewers.
Absolutely, Ankit, you have got it right. Basically, when this attack took place, it was a kind of a question mark for the security agencies in the Kashmir Valley, as well as after the tall claims made by all security agencies about the elaborate security arrangements for this year's Amarnath Yatra. Since then, this terror attack took place in the heart of the Kashmir, that we can say on the Jammu-Srinagar highway at Batengu in Anantnag. There were so many speculations after this attack. There were so many questions, even fingers raised on the security agencies, that how it is possible or everything is intact, how this bus breached the security grid which was put in place for the Amarnath Yatra. But now then the state government as well as the Jammu and Kashmir police formed a special investigation team which was headed by the DIG of the police in the Anantnag, and finally after 25 days of investigations they had come out with this, that this whole episode has been cracked and 3 people have been so far arrested who are believed to be the overground workers of Lashkar-e-Taiba. They are in the police detention so far, and the police has also identified the attackers. They believe that these attackers are from Lashkar-e-Taiba, as we were mentioning earlier.
Yes.
That this attack was a masterminded by the Lashkar commander Abu Ismail, whose code is Harun, and another Pakistani militant Mawiya, and another local Lashkar militant in this case. So the police has come up with this that they have cracked the case, but one thing is clear, that still the main culprits are at large.
Yes.
They are hiding in and around the Anantnag and Kulgam districts, but police said that they are reaching to them, and soon or not later they will be brought to justice.
Okay, before I go to Inam, Major Sehgal, how do you see this in connotation with evidence that we are once again pointing out to Pakistan? Pakistani men of Lashkar-e-Taiba, the terrorist organization, attacking this. This was a planned move. They have been planning it for many days. They wanted to, go ahead with this attack on 9th of July. Unfortunately, it didn't happen on that day. Unfortunately, on 10th, they were able to succeed as far as this attack is concerned. Once again, all evidence confirming the suspicion of security agencies. Pakistan just doesn't let us be.
That is absolutely true. In every single attack in India, irrespective of where it is carried out, whether it is at Pathankot or Gurdaspur or Mumbai or elsewhere, Udhampur, etc., Pakistani hand is always and every time there. This has been a very professional investigation carried out over a period of 1 month. But this investigation notwithstanding, I am very, very certain none of the next of kin would be elated with this. Always and every time there was a lurking fear that the Pakistanis are involved. Sayyid Salahuddin had loud and clear stated before the commencement of the yatra,
yes,
that 150 of the yatris and 100 policemen will be killed, or security forces will be killed. They were able to achieve a certain amount of what they wanted to do, to an extent they succeeded in doing that.
Yes.
However, the next of kin will only be happy and elated and satisfied when those who have perpetrated this are brought to justice.
Absolutely.
Unless and
absolutely
until Abu Ismail is caught and the other terrorists are caught and eliminated, there is no way that the end of justice has been met.
Well, as the police chief said there, they are very close on the heels of these terrorists, and very soon good news is going to arrive as far as these terrorists are concerned. Inam Nabi, if I can come to you, this Amarnath Yatra has always been seen as a prime example of Kashmiriyat, as an example where the Muslim majority valley people come together to help for this Yatra, for the Hindus, those who come from all across the country. Now, this attack, shouldn't this attack not only be seen on the Amarnath pilgrims, but as, the entire Kashmiriyat? Of course, the people, these overground, so-called overground workers who I believe are absolutely terrorists, who helped in connivance, in providing logistical support. Shouldn't people like these, the elements like these from within the Kashmiri society, be absolutely ostracized?
Aniket, the press conference which was addressed by our IGP here today, and he claimed that they have arrested some OGWs who were involved in the attack of unfortunately Amarnath Yatra. So they have leveled some allegations on them as per the definition of the law. Until and unless you will not throw these allegations in the court court of law, the accused are innocent. Let us wait for the complete judiciary process. Let them prove that they are the guilty, then we can comment on it.
Sir, but don't you think, you are ready to give the benefit of doubt to the people, those who in fact helped, who were actively involved in this sort of an, dastardly attack, which of course the officers are saying Pakistani nationals are involved in. You're ready to give them the benefit of the doubt. Shouldn't you as a Kashmiri first of all come out, condemn this, and of course demand harshest punishment for those who have been caught by the police? They are saying we have a watertight case. Of course the process of law will take its own course, but this sort of a benefit of doubt that you are giving to them, isn't this enough for many more to stand with the Pakistani elements?
Ankit, I must tell you that we were the first parties, we were the first persons who condemned it. Not only we condemned it, we sent our volunteers to the hospital at the time of this unfortunate incident where they offered blood to the victims there. And the way you are putting your words in my mouth that we are giving benefit of doubt, I am not giving benefit of doubt to anyone. I said as per the judiciary, as per the court of law, accused is innocent until and unless you won't prove that he is guilty. That is what I said to you.
Would you extend the same sort of, would you extend the same sort of comfort or the same sort of elbow room to the Pakistani terrorists, those who have been identified as the ones behind this attack?
Ankit, if they claim that they have identified the culprits, but what about the investigation? Why there was a security lapse? What about that investigation? That part of the investigation?
That part of the investigation, you are very right. Those questions, you are very right. Those questions have to be asked and have to be answered by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The point right now is that this entire conspiracy has been unearthed. This entire conspiracy has been unearthed, and very clearly there is a Pakistani hand to it. Would you condemn Pakistan for perpetrating this attack, sir?
If this was not registered, why police party was escorted them?
Sir, would you condemn Pakistan? Sorry? Would you ask these tough questions to those who back Pakistani elements in the valley also?
Sir, it has not proven yet that this incident, this attack has been done by anyone. You are claiming that Pakistan has done it. I don't know. That Pakistan, whosoever has done it,
nothing more than feeling of sorry. I'm completely. It's just a very sorry feeling that I have right now that nothing convinces you. The police investigation, neither the investigation agencies. Let me, before I get Major General Sehgal into it, for your benefit, Inam, especially for your benefit, go to Ashraf Wani. Ashraf, just spell it out for our guest who's sitting there in the Srinagar studio about the involvement of Pakistani nationals and the Pakistani elements in this case.
Ankit, basically this was told on that day when first arrest was made of the overground worker by the police that this is the handiwork of Lashkar. But only the confusion was that what as our guest mentioned that how this bus came under attack, was there any kind of crossfire, was there any kind of another fire which resulted the deaths. But so far the police has come up with this investigation. They have completely shared their investigations with the media that the 3 people have been named out by the overground workers who had been arrested, and they have planned this attack one day earlier. As you said, on the 9th it was the plan to attack the CRPF vehicle as well as the Amarnath vehicle. Then it couldn't happen on 9th, then it was carried on 10th. This is all which has been said by the police. So far the people here in the Kashmir believe that what are the investigations by the police may be correct, and probably this was the pressure on the police authorities as well, that they formed the special investigation team which come with its investigations. But probably it may take some time to, as I said, settle the attackers. As mentioned by the police are at large. Police is claiming they are going to zero in those who are believed to be the main culprits behind the attack, and not only the people in Kashmir, probably the people in the country will be waiting for the day when the actual culprits are brought to the book.
And let me, for the benefit of our viewers, also tell you it was Ashraf Wani, our bureau chief there in Srinagar, who recently went into the heart of Pakistan, not only to Pakistan occupied Kashmir but also to Lahore, where he unmasked the new generation of jihadis, the sons of the former dictator there, also the former ISI chief and others, those who are propagating jihad and terror against India. Before I go to Inam, just for another, hopefully, clarity as far as Pakistan's role is concerned in this, Sehgal, what do you do when people like Inam, they completely, try and give this elbow room despite the police coming out, the investigating agencies coming out with solid proof against the elements in Pakistan? It does say a lot about the narrative that they are trying to propagate in the Kashmir Valley.
Absolutely and totally true. I want to say a few things. Firstly, this was one of the most professionally conducted investigation, took over a month. They very categorically and clearly brought out that there were 3 elite terrorists from Pakistan, masterminded by Ismail. There were 2 other terrorists and 1 local elite assistant who was the chief recruiter there. Then there were 3 overground workers who carried out reconnaissance on their behalf, who provided them transport support, who provided them logistics support, provided them safe houses, etc. So their acts are absolutely and equally treacherous. And any attempt to safeguard them or to stand by them is something which completely is something that will be totally unacceptable.
Inamul Nabi, we expect this from Pakistan, of course, that despite mounting evidence against Pakistan and their involvement as far as terror activities in Kashmir is concerned, shouldn't the locals also, it does not only affect the Hindu pilgrims who were killed in the Amarnath Yatra, it affects the whole image, it affects the livelihood of a lot of people in the Kashmir Valley itself. Shouldn't this minority should also now come out, understand the terrorism that is propagating on the behest of Pakistan?
Sir, we are not giving elbow room to anyone, nor we are giving benefit of doubt. Let me clear it. I said that let police prove it in the court of law. We will come openly against those who will be proved involved in these attacks.
Who do you trust more, sir? What the police, your police is saying there, or possibly the propaganda of the separatists, those who are saying that, we should wait till the time it is, proven in the court. This will be proven in the court. And mind my words, this will be proven in the courts because of the kind of evidence that the police have collected.
Sir, you cannot decide it in the studio. You have to prove it in the court. You cannot decide it in the studio. You have to prove it in the court. Everybody has to give fair chance. Whosoever has been arrested today, let our police also.
What about the Pakistani nationals, those who are involved in this attack? What about the Pakistani nationals, those who are involved in this attack?
Why you are in hurry?
Nobody's in a hurry. We are just clear. Unlike you, we are absolutely under no confusion about where the wires of this terror attack goes. We know it's Pakistan. We have absolutely under no confusion. Nobody's in a hurry. It's absolutely crystal clear. Possibly like an ostrich, you don't want to see it around. And that's the minority that we are trying to address here.
128 innocent killings in 2016. Why your mom or
is that the answer, Inam? Is that the answer? We talk about Pakistan, you talk about Inam, we talk about terrorist attacks perpetrated by Pakistanis, and you're talking about this. Is that the answer? Inamul Nabi cannot on the national channel condemn Pakistan, cannot speak against Pakistan, Lashkar terrorists and those who have helped them in this attack. The only thing that Inamul Nabi would do, possibly as a retort, as an answer, is to talk about the 2016 and the perpetrated killings. Come on,
we said, whatever you are claiming, let you prove it in the court of law. Meanwhile, what about the other killings also? In 2016, you killed ATM guard in Srinagar, Old City Srinagar. FIR stands registered. Have you arrested the culprit?
Who is you?
Have you arrested the murderer?
Who is you? I am not the one who killed him. I am not also the person there with wielding a gun.
Who are you?
Who is you? How are you addressing it as you?
We are Kashmiri, we are the sufferers.
So
what do you mean by who I am?
I'm not talking about you, Inam. At least understand the language that I'm speaking.
If you are concerned
when you were speaking, you said you killed a terrorist, you killed a guy.
I'm not asking you not to show your concern.
Who is you? How is it that the Kashmir for you is not an integral part of India? It becomes Kashmiris versus India. Inam, let me once again, and every time we meet on this channel, once again, for your benefit, tell you,
Kashmir
you
is
and
not
people like you, the Hurriyat Hawks, those who are languishing in the jail, and trust me, they're not going to come out for a very long time, are a very minuscule minority. It's better that you put your head out of the sand like an ostrich that you are buried and see the reality around. Security forces are not only cracking these cases, but one after another, all these terrorists, the men who wield gun against the state, will meet the same fate as Abu Dujana and Burhan Wani. I thank all my guests for joining me on this broadcast.